Welcome to EmoNews package for Friday, 29th August 2025. I am your presenter, Suana Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis.
In the headlines, Electoral Commission requests more time for voter reconfirmation process.
Airlines launches Caribbean service with flights from San Juan and St. Thomas to Dominica.
Government of Dominica awards each under-14 footballer a laptop and a backpack.
Dominica Cancer Society launches Prostate Cancer Awareness Month 2025.
CARICOM warns U.S. tariffs could affect vulnerable regional economies.
Government of St. Lucia secures $2.178 million in grant funding from Taiwan for development projects.
These and more stories coming up. And first up, in local news, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has announced to the nation that voter reconfirmation will not begin September 1st as originally planned. He said that his government received a letter from the Commission requesting more time to prepare for the process, and as such, Parliament convened on Friday to amend the Registration of Electors Act.
On Friday, August 29, 2025, the Governor of Dominica will present to Parliament a bill to amend the Registration of Electors Act. This follows a request from the Electoral Commission for additional time to commence the voter confirmation process. The Commission, in writing to the government on August 21, 2025, indicated that 1st September is not feasible to commence this important exercise and therefore sought an extension.
The Prime Minister also said that some preparations have already been made.
I should stress that I have been advised that equipment required for the confirmation process has been delivered to the electoral office, and confirmation centers have also been identified. The Commission is currently installing the equipment and finalizing staffing arrangements and training. The regulations have been amended and gazetted, and all necessary forms have been printed to facilitate the process.
The Electoral Commission will begin educating the public on all aspects of voter reconfirmation come September 1st, 2025. The Prime Minister gave an update on the Member of Parliament for Roseau North, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, who he said has some health issues, especially with her arm. He encouraged her to seek medical attention. The Prime Minister stressed that her constituency is being looked after. At the press conference on Thursday, the Prime Minister also responded to a question about an impending cabinet reshuffle, which he said is still in the works and which will happen at some point. And in more news, Airlines is set to launch new non-stop flights connecting Dominica with San Juan, Puerto Rico, and St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. The service begins in late September and will be the only non-stop jet service linking Dominica to both destinations. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the move strengthens regional ties and boosts opportunities for tourism, trade, and investment. Flights will operate several days a week using 30-seat regional jets offering extra leg room and onboard service. This historic milestone marks Contour's official entry into the Caribbean market, expanding travel opportunities and improving accessibility for residents and visitors across Dominica, San Juan, and St. Thomas. We're thrilled to bring Contour's brand of reliable, comfortable jet service to the Caribbean, said Ben Munson, president of Contour Airlines. Launching service in Dominica is an exciting step for us, and we look forward to making it easier for Dominicans to travel and for visitors to discover Dominica, the Nature Isle. A delegation from the Portsmouth Community Watch Foundation, PCWF, in partnership with Secours Populaire Français, SPF, and its global youth initiative, Coupe du Monde, has returned to Dominica after participating in an international youth camp in Gravelines, France, held from August 8th to 25th. The camp hosted over 150 children from 29 countries, including Dominica, creating a dynamic environment of cultural exchange and solidarity. The youth took part in a variety of workshops, sports and excursions, from drumming and crafts to football, archery, sea rescue demos, and beach outings. A standout experience was a 3-day visit to Paris, featuring landmark tours, a Seine river cruise, and a day at Disneyland. On August 20th, the delegation joined 40,000 children for the Holiday for the Forgotten Children, a celebration at the Eiffel Tower, uniting in a powerful moment of global friendship. The PCWF thanks ESPEF and Coupe du Monde for this transformative opportunity and is proud to have represented Dominica on the international stage, continuing its mission to empower youth and strengthen communities. And Adult Education launches Adult Education Month under the theme Empower, Evolve, Excel, Lifelong Learning for a Challenging World. The month of celebration commenced with an exhibition on Friday, August 29th. Let's hear from Acting Head of Adult Education, Carol Charles White.
I am Carol Charles White, Acting Head of Department, Adult Education Division. I will highlight some of the activities for Adult Education Month, September 2025, under the theme Empower, Evolve, Excel, Lifelong Learning for a Changing World. There will be our National Skills Exhibition tomorrow, 29th August, at the Stadium Forecourt from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. On September 1st, the Honorable Minister will officially declare the month open. On September 2nd and 4th, officers will share information on radio stations. There will be a book fair on September 12th to highlight Literacy Day, as well as Words and Wine on the 26th of September, where persons share poetry and singing for karaoke. One of our main activities will be the graduation ceremony, where participants who completed programs will receive certificates. We're encouraging the general public to be part of our activities. Thank you.
And now, these are some highlights of the exhibition.
This is the Adult Education Division's National Skills Exhibition, which we have every year. And we have a wide range of items here, all done by our participants all over Dominica. We have sewing, tiling, plumbing, woodwork, arc welding, cake decorating. At my back, we have products on sale, two of our small business partners. And we just want to invite persons to continue being part of our programs as we work towards empowering our people in the Commonwealth of Dominica. So stay with the Adult Education Division and get yourself, learn a skill. You can save money or you can earn money.
And in more news, the Minister for National Security, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, says Dominica must build a strong security network to effectively tackle crime, especially as new forms of criminal activity emerge.
Let's do that. Public awareness exercise. One group will be an act of futility. So I want to appeal and I think one of us come as guests. We can oversee the times for a lot. To say that we are living in an era where security is not only dimensional, it's not only physical or the traditional system that we talk about. Having police stations directed to the various communities, having a coast guard, having foot patrols.
He made the remarks during the launch of the Cybersecurity and Cybercrime Public Awareness Campaign, highlighting that traditional security measures alone are no longer enough. The campaign, a joint initiative with CARICOM Impacts and the OECS Commission seeks to raise public awareness of cybersecurity and cybercrime across Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Lovely Anthony, head of communication at the OECS Commission, stressed the need to strengthen resilience against emerging risks that could threaten regional development.
Yet, with these opportunities also come new risks. Cybercrime, data theft, misinformation, and online exploitation. These are not distant threats. They are present and real challenges that are facing our communities, our families, and our citizens every day. That is why this campaign is so timely and it is so essential. Its goal is to foster a culture of digital safety and resilience, empowering our people with the knowledge, tools, and habits to protect themselves online. By raising awareness and equipping citizens, businesses, and institutions with good practices, we can collectively reduce vulnerabilities and build stronger, safer digital societies.
Rising Tides Environmental Youth Leadership Safe Waves program held its closing ceremony on Thursday, 28th. 25 young people graduated from the program, having learned about various environmental and disaster-related issues and what they can do to address them. According to one of the directors, because they live on a vulnerable island, it is imperative that youth learn how to be climate conscious and also how to use their voice to make a difference. On completion of the program, the participants received their Red Cross certification from the Dominica Red Cross Society. Sky Fischler, co-director of Rising Tides, gave an overview of the program.
Here, we wanted to adjust our programming based on what we learned in 2024, and we realized that equipping youth with swim skills, first aid basics, and an introduction to environmental stewardship was a start, but not enough. We saw the need to go deeper, to foster leadership, empowerment, and critical awareness, especially among our older youth, 15 to 18 years old. Dominica stands on the front lines of climate change, and other global crises, yet we also hold a uniquely powerful position. Unlike many places, we have not yet experienced the full extent of rapid deforestation, over-tourism, or the irreversible loss of resources. This moment is a gift and a responsibility. Our goal this summer was to instill in our youth a sense of hope and confidence that they can and do have a say in shaping Dominica's future.
She thanked all those who made the program possible through their sponsorship.
None of this would have been possible without our generous funder, our unwavering support of the Canadian government through the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives, the Dominica Olympic Committee, our partner organization, and of course our collaborator, the Superior Outdoor Center. This summer, international and local governments, organizations, and independent workers all came together in support of Dominican youth and our shared future. Their contributions were more than just resources. They were a commitment to nurturing Dominica's next generation of change makers. From Canada and the Olympic Committee to the government of forestry, generous NGOs and local businesses like Numero Uno, Kish Tours, Cobra Tours, from the inspiring guest speakers and assistant trainers who gave their time and skills, and of course the community of Dominica, bus drivers, chefs, office staff, and so many more. It was through all of you that this project took flight. And for that, we are deeply grateful. Thank you.
Appreciation was also shown to the participants who sacrificed their time during their summer vacation for learning.
We want to thank you participants for trusting us with the task of bringing a new form of experiential education to your summer. Each participant challenged their comfort zone through learning in the outdoors, truly experiencing what it means to connect global challenges to local contexts. A program that pushed you to question what responsibilities you have within your communities and to your future selves. And I can proudly say that we had a total of 25 graduates from our Rising Tides Summer 2025 program.
And Julian Nastasi of the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives also gave remarks.
Living on an island surrounded by the ocean,
being especially vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, these skills can be potentially life-saving. We hope that through these sessions, you not only build confidence in the water, but gain a clearer sense of the climate challenges we face and the important role each of us, no matter our age, can play in protecting our environment. Today, you graduate from the Safe Waves program as environmental stewards and hopefully as advocates for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We commend the Rising Tides team, Gabriela and Sky, for spearheading this initiative, the Dominica Olympic Committee for their support and partnership, and the Superior Outdoor Center for the use of their pristine space for this program.
And now we'll hear from one of the participants who shared what she learned from the program.
I just want to say how the 2025 Safe Waves program has helped me become a better person. It has opened my mind to the challenges we face in Dominica, and together we brought in ideas on how we can overcome them, starting with ourselves. From food security talks and learning about species special to our land, I can proudly say that we have learned ways to protect and preserve our history as well as our land that nurtures us. Thanks to all the facilitators and campers who have made this experience extraordinary. Is there something I missed? I want y'all to know that I am grateful to have experienced this moment with all of you. Thank you.
Also in local news, the Dominica Cancer Society is taking its message, Early Detection Save Lives, to men this September as it observes Prostate Cancer Awareness Month under the theme, Men, Your Prostate Health Matters. The campaign highlights risk factors, symptoms, and the importance of regular screening for prostate cancer and other prostate conditions. Activities include free screenings, community forums, radio discussions, and workplace sessions. Discounts will also be available on PSA tests and selected medications. A special highlight is the benefit concert, Songs and Rhythms for Cancer Care, under the patronage of President Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton. The event, featuring Tyson Johnson and family, along with local artists, takes place September 27th at the Alliance Française. The Cancer Society reminds men that awareness is not enough. Early action and screening can save lives.
And in regional news, St. Lucia's athletes, sports clubs, and sporting infrastructure are about to receive a major boost from the peer-led administration. On August 25th, Her Excellency Nicole Su, resident ambassador of Taiwan to St. Lucia, presented a check in the sum of $2.718 million in grant funding to Prime Minister Pierre to initiate strategic development goals and strengthen social safety net programs. St. Lucia's cabinet actively pursue opportunities domestically and abroad that align with the administration's guiding principle of putting people first and moving St. Lucia forward. The Republic of China, Taiwan, has embraced this philosophy and continues to support government proposals that develop human capital, build resilience, and support community development. And over to Antigua. An 18-year-old boy is dead following a shooting incident in Bolan's, Antigua on Wednesday night. The deceased, Khalil Simon, was killed on his birthday. While information of the incident is unclear, eyewitnesses claim Simon was being chased at the time of the shooting. The police have not yet released an official statement on the tragedy. EmoNews extends sincerest condolences to the family. And in more news, the Caribbean Biodiversity Fund, CBF, has launched the implementation of 7 new projects under its Advancing Circular Economy ACE facility during a 3-day workshop in Miami. The ACE facility, part of CBF's Nature-Based Economies program, supports efforts to reduce marine pollution across the region through initiatives such as recycling, reusable packaging, education campaigns, and circular business incubation. CBF CEO Karen McDonald Gill said the projects will reduce marine pollution while fostering resilient communities and new economic opportunities. Funded by KfW Development Bank on behalf of the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the ACE facility brings together governments, private sector partners, and community organizations to drive systemic change in waste management and coastal resilience. Over 70 participants attended the workshop, which featured grantee presentations, training sessions, and a field visit showcasing practical marine litter solutions. The ACE facility's first call for proposals is now underway, with a second expected in October.
And now moving on to regional news. President Ali warns of regional threat amid Venezuela-US tensions. President Irfan Ali has cautioned that rising military tensions between Venezuela and the United States could destabilize the region and threaten Guyana's sovereignty. Speaking on Friday, he called for strong leadership and national unity, warning against opposition figures who have failed to deliver on past promises. Ali revealed intelligence linking criminal networks to regional destabilization and stressed the need for mature, security-focused governance. He affirmed the PPPC government's commitment to protecting Guyana's territorial integrity and advancing national development. Also in regional news, CPSO warns of major trade impact from U.S. tariff hike on Trinidad and Tobago. The CARICOM private sector organization, CPSO, has raised alarm over the U.S. decision to increase reciprocal tariffs on Trinidad and Tobago from 10% to 15%, warning it could severely impact the country's economy and key export sectors. CPSO CEO Dr. Patrick Antoine said Trinidad and Tobago is the most exposed CARICOM economy under the tariff regime, with estimated annual export losses rising to $291.9 million US. The hardest hit sectors include base metals and chemicals, both vital to domestic industry and US supply chains. Smaller agricultural and food exporters are also at risk, threatening rural jobs and small businesses. Antoine called for urgent regional coordination to address the tariff hike and protect long-term trade and economic stability. Now moving on to international news. Russia launched its second largest aerial attack on Kyiv since the invasion, killing at least 19 people, including 4 children. The strike damaged EU and British consul buildings, prompting both the EU and UK to summon Russian diplomats. The attack, involving 629 weapons, drones and missiles, targeted both military and civilian sites. Ukrainian President Zelensky condemned the assault as a deliberate killing of civilians. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called it a grim reminder of Russia's actions and urged for negotiations. The EU has summoned Russia's envoy in response. Now moving on to Rwanda. Rwanda has received 7 migrants deported from the United States in August under a bilateral agreement, officials said Thursday. Government spokesperson Yolande Makolo confirmed the group arrived mid-August and will receive housing, job training, and healthcare. 3 want to return home, while 4 plan to settle in Rwanda. Rwanda is one of 4 African nations, along with Uganda, Eswatini, and South Sudan. They have signed such deals with Washington. The migrants' identities were not disclosed. And tragedy struck in Minneapolis on Wednesday morning when a gunman opened fire at the Annunciation Catholic School during a mass, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed when shots were fired through the windows of the church, while 14 other children and 3 adults were injured. 2 children remain in critical condition. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirmed that the gunman died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the scene. Authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting, which occurred during the first week of school. And that's all for international news. Stay tuned for the sports report after this short message.
Let Instacash help you get the kids ready for school with the DNL Back to School Instacash promotion. For every Instacash ticket purchased, your ticket could say you've won cash,
Oh, really?
you've won groceries, or you've won school supplies instantly. One lucky customer will win $5,000.
I need
Promotion
that.
runs from August 8th to the 11th of September 2025. Instacash tickets are available from all lottery agents island-wide. It's fast, it's easy, and you win instantly.
Instacash, let me play.
The government of Dominica has honored the national girls under-14 football team for their outstanding performance at the CFU Girls Under-14 Challenge Series in Trinidad. Each player was presented with a laptop and a backpack by Minister of State, Honorable Oscar George, who also shared words of encouragement with the team.
To our girls who sweat and toiled for us and made us proud, I say to you that your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and this is why we took the time to be here with you today. It is just the start of good things to come, and of course, the commitment to sports is overwhelming, and the work will continue to ensure that you get more opportunities to shine and make your mark for yourself.
The Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, at a press conference on Thursday, congratulated trainees Hamilton on receiving Dominica's first gold medal at the Pan Am Junior Games in Paraguay. He pledged his government's support towards her continued growth and development.
The Dominica Under-19 14 girls national team were also finalists in the Caribbean Football Union Girls Under-14 Challenge Series held in Trinidad and Tobago. The young team displayed exceptional talent, discipline, and determination throughout the tournament, and we warmly congratulate them on their outstanding performance.
At a ceremony marking the return of the CFU Girls Under-14 Challenge Series in Trinidad, President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, congratulated the team on their performance. He also announced that each player will receive a cash contribution from the association and will be supportive of this team.
Today we gather to celebrate and honor a very special group, our Under-14 Girls national team, their parents, the technical staff, and all those who played a role in their outstanding journey at the recently concluded CFU Under-14 Girls Challenge Series. What they achieved was history-making, and for that, we are incredibly proud. And I must say the Dominica Football Association will make a monetary contribution to each and every girl here today.
The Dominica Boxing Association, in collaboration with Top Glove Boxing Club, presents regional boxing competition at the Massac Sports Complex on August 30th, 2025, featuring Dominica, Grenada, USVI, and Curacao. Let's hear from the Boxing Association.
Well, as you know, this weekend going to be all weekend boxing in Dominica at the Massac indoor facility. There will have boxers from Dominica, the US, Grenada, and Curacao will be fighting for supremacy. Dominica have been training for that, and you can't miss this competition coming this Saturday. You're going to be really excited, you're going to be great, and let me tell you, if you miss it, you're going to blame yourself. Don't blame me. I'm just telling you to be there on time. We're going to have this starting at 7 o'clock, and the price usually was $45, but guess what? I break it all the way down to $10 to ensure that every Dominican get a seat. So don't miss it. You miss it, you blame yourself, you don't blame me. Be there on time, Saturday, 7 o'clock, boxing at Massa.
Now moving on to chess. The Dominica Chess Federation will host its first ever chess festival on Saturday, September 13 at the Promenade in Roseau. Yes, September 13 at the Promenade in Roseau. The family-friendly event runs from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and features youth chess tables, a teaching and discovery zone, interactions with national champions, and even a giant outdoor chess set. Federation President Carlton Morvan says the festival is about more than the game itself. It's about building critical thinking, patience, and community. Admission is free, and the public is invited to be part of this historic celebration of chess in Dominica. The Dominica Chess Federation is the official body responsible for promoting and developing chess in Dominica. Through training programs, tournaments, and community engagement, the Federation aims to inspire a new generation of players and strengthen Dominica's presence on the global chess stage. And some basketball news. NBA champion Pascal Siakam visited Grenada in July, where the Ministry of Youth and Sports hosted a basketball camp for young players across the island. The camp focused on drills, mentorship, and motivation, inspiring youth to stay determined and pursue their dreams. During his visit, Siakam also connected with participants of the Unbreakable Cybersecurity Camp, organized with the Ministry of ICT. He shared his personal journey, answered questions, and encouraged young people to remain focused and resilient. The cybersecurity camp provided training in one of the world's fastest growing fields, supporting government efforts to prepare Grenadians for opportunities in the digital economy. And on the local basketball scene, PSC Falcons clinched DABA Division 1 regular season title. Yes, Dr. Kenneth Darrow PSC Falcons are the DABA Division 1 regular season champions after edging the West Coast Ballers 80-79 in overtime last night. Both teams entered the match undefeated at 6-0. But the Falcons' thrilling win secures them an unbeaten record and the number 1 seed heading into the playoffs, which kick off next week at Massac. Leading the flight for Falcons were Zach Bastian, 45 points. That was the season high. Karim Daniel, 14 points. Koma Telemak with 11 points. And for the resilient West Coast Ballers, we have Dean Vidal scoring 24 points, Sharon Vidal 17 points, Shalon Vidal 9 points, and Terry Fritz with 9 points. Congratulations to both teams on an excellent 2025 regular season display. Congratulations. And that's all for the sports segment. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Welcome to the weather broadcast for today, Friday, the 29th of August, 2025, as we remember Hurricane David of 1979, which impacted Dominica. From our studios in Jamaica, I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander, as we take a look at our surface shot analysis. We can see a tropical wave just off to the east of the extreme southern portion of the Les Antilles, with Dominica here in the green circle, and Dominica is being affected by unstable weather conditions due to the presence of an upper level trough, bringing an increasing cloudiness and scattered showers, as well as some isolated thunderstorms. Here we have the ITCZ, and also we have another tropical wave just near the coast of Africa moving westward, which we will be monitoring as well. Now, taking a look at the convection, here we can see convection associated with a tropical wave just off to the east of the extreme southern portion of the Les Antilles. This wave is expected to move across the extreme southern portion of the Les Antilles beginning sometime tomorrow. You can see convection associated with that upper level trough here, which is presently affecting Dominica as well. Off here, some convection associated with the intertropical convergence zone, ITCZ, and out here we have some convection associated with that tropical wave just near the coast of Africa moving westwards. Now, for tropical weather analysis, we have National Hurricane Center monitoring a tropical wave which is expected to come off the coast of Africa sometime on Sunday, and this wave is expected to have a 0 chance of development within 2 days, and also a 30% chance of development, and that's a low chance of development within the next 7 days as it continues to move generally westwards towards the region of the northern Leeward Islands. Now, taking a look at the moisture here, we can see some moisture associated with that tropical wave here just to the south, expected to move across the extreme southern portion of the Les Antilles. However, we can see an increase in moisture levels in the region of Dominica that is in association with that upper level trough. So we expect to see some cloudiness with scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms continuing across the region of Dominica and out in the far eastern Atlantic. Moisture associated with that tropical wave, which is moving westward. And now taking a look at the Saharan dust, an increase in Saharan dust is being maintained across the Atlantic, and also here closer to home, closer to Dominica here in the green circle, we can see that Saharan dust is moving in, and we expect to see an increase in Saharan dust concentration beginning tomorrow, Saturday. So we're advising people with respiratory sensitivities to be on alert and to exercise caution to avoid complications. Now, taking a look at earlier satellite imagery, here we can see the movement of clouds, and we can see an increasing cloud concentration in the region of the Les Antilles, and here due to the presence of that upper level trough. And also here we can see some clouds associated with a tropical wave, and there we have an active intertropical convergence zone followed by some cloudiness associated with that tropical wave off the coast of Africa. Now, taking a closer look, Dominica did experience occasionally cloudy skies with some blobs of thunderstorm cells happening around 1 o'clock today. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery, Dominica did experience some light to moderate scattered showers which moved across the island during today, and also some of the other islands of the Les Antilles, with some thunderstorm activity being experienced at around 1 p.m. this afternoon. Now, tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms tonight, with temperatures expected to be down to 25 degrees Celsius on the coast and 24 degrees Celsius in the interior. And tomorrow's weather is expected to be mostly cloudy at first, with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Now, these showers could become moderate to heavy at times during the early morning periods. We're advising people in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks to be on alert and to exercise caution during tomorrow morning. However, a gradual drying out of the atmosphere can be expected as the day progresses. Temperatures are expected to be up to 32 degrees Celsius on the coast and 30 degrees Celsius in the interior. Sea conditions expected to be slight to moderate, with waves peaking up to 1.5 meters up to 5 feet. Not much of concern for sea conditions. High tide tomorrow will be at 1:38 a.m. and 3:40 p.m. and low tide will be at 9:14 a.m. and 7:54 p.m. For the next 3 days, again beginning tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with light to moderate scattered showers and possible thunderstorms mainly during the morning, with a gradual drying out expected as the day progresses. On Sunday, we expect to also see an increase in haze concentration on Saturday and on Sunday. Again, people with respiratory sensitivities, exercise caution, and on Sunday we expect to see fair to occasionally cloudy skies with a few showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. And on Monday, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms as well. High temperatures expected, peaking near 33 degrees Celsius on Sunday. Stay cool and hydrated during these high temperatures. Winds expected to be light and variable throughout the 3-day period, with wave heights peaking up to 5 feet throughout the 3-day period as well. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:52 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:20 p.m. Again, stay informed, stay safe, continue to monitor. Scan our QR code here to follow us on our WhatsApp channel. Also search Dominica Met to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and also visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm. Thank you for joining me. Have a good weekend, stay safe, and continue to monitor. Take care.
This has been EmoNews Package for Friday, 29th August 2025. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis. Thank you for viewing.